Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to any new viewers. This is a reading for Scorpio, my beautiful Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Scorpio, this is all about how your person is currently feeling about you, what their deeper thoughts are, whether or not that's in line with what they're showing you, what they want to happen moving forward, and so on and so forth. So if that makes sense to you, if that's something you're interested in, then please keep on watching. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you'd like to see more, or if this resonates with you, if you find it interesting. But without further ado, let's get into it here. Scorpio, let's see what's going on with your person. And we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck here as well. So we have some major arcana cards appearing here. We have the Hierophant, we have the Hermit, we have the Lover's energy. This is kind of serious energy, or at least something that either you're taking seriously or the person who is in this reading is taking seriously as well. By that I mean the connection between the both of you, okay? There's some serious thinking going on about it. Now, we do have the Hierophant here as the first card that came out, and this is really representing you at the moment, Scorpio. So this is kind of like how you're coming across. You're coming across, first of all, and I don't always get this energy from this card, but the first thing that came through to me was that you're coming across as really, really stable. Like you have a really solid head on your shoulders, you know what you want, you know the steps to get there, and you know, kind of the direction you're going in for the next few months, next few years, whatever the case may be. It's also a very traditional card, right? It's a sort of spiritual energy, but in a very traditional format. It's traditional kind of commitments. That could be something that is really on your mind at the moment, or has been in the recent past. What I mean by that is, where your future lies in terms of making these more serious commitments with regards to your personal relationships. So it could be something that perhaps you weren't thinking about, but now it is really on your mind, okay? And it's on your mind once again, not just because of the Hierophant, but because of some of the other cards that have popped up here in this spread. When I look at your person, I see that Nine of Pentacles there, and I really see obviously Pentacles energy. That's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, so you could be dealing with one of those signs. We do also have Cups here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you could be dealing with another water sign as well. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Those could just be dominant traits or elements or signs that they have in their wider chart. But when I see that Nine of Pentacles, this is someone who is super, super independent, okay? This is someone who is used to being on their own, who is used to surviving and thriving on their own. This is someone who has achieved a lot in terms of their success when it comes to their career, when it comes to work, when it comes to money. Someone who is very driven in that way, but not someone who is used to working with another person or committing to another person or making compromises or making sacrifices or making concessions for another person to have them in their life. They're not used to doing that. Perhaps they have been single for a long time, but in any case, they are just very, very independent. They have their own interests, which again is not a bad thing. But really, where else is there to go from here? What's the next step? Now, some would say the logical next step is the next card that follows on from the 9, right? Which is the 10, which is the 10 of Pentacles. And that is all about, long-term commitments, building a legacy and continuing to build that wealth with other people around you, okay? But this person is not 100% there yet. And when I look at what their deeper feelings are, we've got the 7 of Cups here. This person's worrying a lot about the future. They're worrying a lot and they're quite confused. And they're confused for a couple different reasons. Because they're coming across with that, real independent energy, part of them doesn't want to be tied down. Part of them is scared about what committing to a relationship will actually mean for their freedom and independence. It may not mean anything. This is not something that is based on anything that has actually happened to them, right? This is just based on what they are thinking about the future, and their fears are being sort of projected into the future, right? They're also feeling like they're wondering, well, how can I have it all? I don't want to tie myself down to one thing. How can I have the best of everything? What do I do? So they're really having a bit of a kind of soul searching moment, trying to figure things out. But there's confusion. There's confusion. They may be getting influenced by other things as well, which they shouldn't be getting influenced by. They need to, I guess, take a bit of a hard look at themselves and really think logically and rationally about things, rather than just kind of dreaming up these scenarios in their head. But that's what's happening right now. Because it once again is cups energy, there are definite feelings here. There is that depth of emotion here, but it's that sense of confusion. I get drawn again to the hermit energy. This is someone who's introspective. This is someone who's really looking for their person, looking for a soulmate, looking for that person who is going to fulfill them, and someone who they can really partner with. This is you as well. This is both of you. This is what you both actually want deep down. You're both searching for this. You're both looking for this. You maybe have different ways of going about it or communicating it. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here, right? I think once again, this is somehow representing you, Scorpio. And what this person is seeing is that even though they're not 100% sure about what they want at the moment, they're seeing you as someone who they could really commit to, who they could build a comfortable home with, a comfortable environment with, okay? It's not going to be applicable to everyone, but there is fertility associated with this card. They could be seeing you as someone they could build a family with, someone who they could share even like pets with, someone who is just, again, really solid and stable. Once again, I'm getting that stability coming through. This person feels a real sense of peace and stability when they think about you or when they're involved in this connection. That's something that they really like. Their inner thoughts are not always stable, so they like the clarity that you have and the stability that you bring. You may not feel that way. You may feel like you're having some confusion as well. But for them, or compared to them, you're at a much more advanced level in terms of figuring out what you want. And that's quite refreshing for your person. We have the Lover's energy. Once again, this is a complex card, complex message in the Lover's card. Because of course we can't help but see the lovers. This is a romantic connection we're talking about. This is also a choice, and sometimes a very, very difficult choice. And that's, again, part of what this person is struggling with at the moment. They're struggling with it. They're like, do I give up my independence? What does this mean for the future? I think they had their own plans, which have kind of been a little bit altered by what you've brought to the table. And that's kind of throwing them in a bit of a tailspin about, okay, how do I make this decision? How do I make this commitment? Am I ready for this? You may not be even providing any pressure around that. It's just what this person is feeling based on the connection between the both of you and based on how you are coming across at the moment. We've got the 10 of Wands here, right? 10 of Wands. How do we let go of this burden? That's certainly what your person wants. They don't want to be so confused anymore. It's kind of starting to weigh on them. I also feel like in some ways, the fact that they're so busy when it comes to their work, what they actually do day to day, it could mean that it gives them less time to focus on other things like personal relationships and connections. And that ends up causing a lot of these issues. They're aware of that. They are actually aware of that. And they're wondering, how can I put this down? Something is tying them, once again, to that independent kind of lifestyle. It could be the money they're making, quite simply. It could be the money they're making. They don't want to give that up. And they feel like for some reason, they're going to have to eventually give that up. They're going to have to eventually move on to a different path, and they're worried about what that means. But one thing is for sure, this is not going to continue forever. They don't want to be in this kind of situation forever where they feel like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders and where they feel so confused about what decision they're going to make moving forward. So it's coming close. It's coming close to a point of making a choice, making a decision. They know it's inevitable. They know they have to do it. And they know they have to get through or cut through this emotional kind of confusion and make a choice here. The good thing is this person is actually wanting to go on this new path, to commit to something. They just don't, they're thinking too far ahead almost, and they don't want to put a foot wrong now or take one step in the wrong direction now, because it means they could end up somewhere where they don't want to be in a few years' time. They're thinking a little bit too far ahead, and that's also what is making them a little bit confused. They'll get there, they're just not there just yet. I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, once again, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you'd like to see more. I really, really appreciate it as well. It helps my channel grow. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.